Hello. I'm just checking if I'm live. Yes, I am. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you today. We're going to be talking about a spicy topic, the lie of acting classes, and why you do not need another method to be brilliant. So, I will start by saying that Meryl Streep, when asked what is the difference between a good actor and a great actor, she says the great actor is ready to go out on a limb. So, what does that mean? Go out on a limb. That means the great actor is ready to not do it right, to not be good. They are not trying to know what they're going to do. They are instead going for their own truth. Their own truth. And so you might be catching yourself when you're acting not really feeling yummy. You're not really feeling free, in flow, in the zone, or alive when you're acting. You might feel contraction, constriction, like some tension in your body, some sweating, some blocks, some doubts running in the background. You might be feeling sometimes good, and you might be booking sometimes, but there's something in you that knows that you haven't touched or been into your brilliance. And more so when you're auditioning, because there's more stress, more pressure, more expectation from you to do it right, to be good, to be liked, to please the casting director, in which case you're even more so not tuning into what makes you brilliant, and that's incomparable to other actors. So I also hear a lot of actors who book and who come to us and say, I book all the time, I've been working for decades, I feel terrible when I'm acting, I'm not brilliant. I might get the work, but I'm not showing up in a brilliant way. I'm not being my character in a brilliant way. I'm therefore definitely not impacting the audience in a brilliant way or in any way, because I'm not really present, not really here. And so what we usually do when we feel that discomfort when we're acting, the blocks, the tension, the doubts, is we go get more teaching. We go to another acting workshop or another acting school or a new teacher or a new method. We go outside in order to learn something new, in order to learn more, in order to get better, in order to improve from the knowledge of people or a school out there. And I remember when I started acting, I'm not an actress anymore, but when I started acting, I did the exact same thing. I went out there and I started acting a little late. And so I was like, let me learn everything there is to learn, all the methods. Let's get to all the best teachers and get the information so I can be great. And I did that, and inevitably, I was never anything but good. And maybe even a little better than good. But I wasn't ever completely present, completely alive, completely detached from the result, and therefore completely brilliant. And the reason we do that, the reason we look to a method or a teacher or an acting coach to save us when we feel the unease, the tension, the blocks, the fear, the doubts, all of the constriction that comes when we're acting or auditioning, is because we've been raised in a system that tells us what to do. We're raised in a system where our caregivers, our parents, are telling us what to feel from the first moment we're born. So you're a newborn and you're being told not to cry, pacifier in your mouth. You're being scolded when you're angry. You're being told not to be afraid, not to be sad in public. So first thing that's taken away from you is your experience of yourself. I'm going to say it again. What's taken away from you as you arrive into this world is your experience of your own self, of your body, your heart, your mind, your soul, your experience through your emotions is taken away from you. Don't cry, don't get angry, don't get scared. What else? Don't get too happy, right? Don't be too loud when you're happy. It's bothering, it's annoying. Then you go to school and you're being told that you need to be educated, and you have no participation in deciding what's going to be your education. So you're being told to sit down, to be quiet, to not move, to restrict your body impulses, to restrict your pee. You have to pee when it's time. To restrict your thirst, you have to drink when it's time. Your hunger, you have to eat when it's time. And your curiosity. We're not going to learn what you want. You're going to sit down, be quiet, do what you're told, obey. If not, there'll be some punishment. And you will learn what you're told, how you're told, and then you will be tested to make sure that you drank the Kool-Aid correctly. So in our system, I'm not saying it's evil, it's what we've come up with so far, and we can do better, and some schools are doing better. We come from a standpoint that we need to force little human beings a certain way. We need to oppress them so that they start behaving like we want them to behave. So there's no respect of the little beings. So inevitably, when you become an artist, when you're an actor, and you're feeling that there's an issue in your performance, whether it doesn't feel good when you're acting or auditioning, or you look at your tapes, you're like, it's okay, but it's not incredible. I know I have brilliance inside, but I look at all the takes. Oh, there you go. I don't know why that's happening. This is fireworks behind me. So you look at your material, your tapes, your takes, and you know you didn't reach your 100%. What's happening is that you're seeing the consequences of having been part of that system. You're not really present. You're not really open. You're not really free. You're not really authentic. You're only drawn to doing it right, doing it good, which Meryl Streep says the difference between good and great is ready to go out on a limb. Good is not. Good takes the authority's rules, respects it, does the scene right. I'm going to think about the scene. I'm going to decide how I'm going to do the scene. I'm going to break down the script, and I'm going to do that. That's good. But it doesn't make you feel great. It doesn't make the character alive, and it doesn't touch the audience. So what's happening is, because you've been raised that way and you feel this constriction when you're acting, your first impulse is to go, where can I study? Who can teach me? And I get it. I did the same when I started 25 years ago, probably in Paris. I wanted to study with the best. But I want to attract your attention that when you do that, when you resort to an external method, teaching, teacher, school, to tell you how you need to act in order to feel your brilliance, you're basically saying they are the authority over your system. You have your own instrument. Your own instrument is its own guidance. You have your truth. You have your DNA. You have your freedom. You have your nervous system. All of that is what makes you unique, and no one can teach you how to make that alive. No one, because there is no recipe to being fully alive. There is no method to be fully alive. You just are. You were born as a perfect child, completely, vibrantly, freely alive, sad, angry, scared, hilarious, ecstatic. You were born perfectly human, and your job as an actor, and in other artistic disciplines too, but more so as an actor, is to have the capacity to show up 100% alive. So no wonder if you were born alive and then you've been restricted in your feelings, in your movements, in your thinking, in your behavior, at home, at school, and by the culture, by the system, inevitably, when you're feeling that constriction and you can't create, you can't make art, because you don't have access to you anymore. It's been hijacked by the necessity to plug into the system, respect the authority to stay safe. Well, you're unable to be with your brilliance. And no amount of people out there, no school can teach you how to be your brilliant self, because you already are. So think of it this way. You might have a part of you that's saying, yeah, but I still need, to be taught how to do things. How did you learn how to talk? By yourself. How did you learn how to walk? By yourself. How did you learn how to run? By yourself. How to eat? By yourself. How to bike? By yourself. There are no methods. I have children who speak 3 languages. I know children who speak 5. They've never taken a class. How did you learn how to act when you were little? When you were playing with your toys? You didn't need a method. You didn't need an acting class, because you were so invested in experiencing this character and then experiencing this one that you were just interested in that moment, being completely you, open, curious, trusting of the moment. But because of your conditioning that the system has imposed on you, because of that oppression that was put into you, you don't have access to curiosity anymore. You don't have access to trust. You don't have access to your feelings. What you have access to is, shit, did I do it right? Is there another way to do it? Do you like it? Should I do it differently? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I good? Am I bad? That's the result of your conditioning. It's not your fault that you're feeling that. It's the result of having been plugged into, forced into a system that does not respect you as a human being, that does not trust you as a human being, and that imposes, that forces, that oppresses rules of behaving, thinking, feeling, walking, talking, moving, all day long, every day, your entire childhood. So no wonder that you're coming up at the audition, at your self-tape, in your scene, and all of these things in you are trying to get it right, are trying to please, are trying to be good, are trying to be liked and loved and safe, because you're no longer having your own experience. You're no longer being a human being, the one you were born to be, the one that lives through your DNA, that only you have, across the planet and across time, in the past and in the future. No one will ever, ever, ever have your DNA. Nature made your DNA because you need to express your DNA. For this earth to function, we need your DNA fully experienced and fully expressed. We don't need your DNA to conform, to obey, to believe that there is a better way to live than what your DNA knows. We need your full expression. We need your Mandela. We need you. So what there is to do is definitely not a new acting class, definitely not a new method, definitely not a bigger celebrity acting teacher. What we need is for you to undo all of that, to unlearn all of these external authorities, so that you can go back to your DNA, to the one you were meant to be, to the one you were meant to experience and express fully as a gift to the rest of us, and in this case, to a character, to an audience. So it's really important that you see through the marketing, the offers out there, the promises out there that will promise you, with this method in 8 steps, you'll book every role. And I can promise you that with a method for any art or for any life, you will not experience yourself. You will apply a formula that will make you a robot, and that might make you tick a couple boxes or book a couple jobs, but you will never be you that way. It's about undoing the formulas, undoing the authority, reconnecting to your own authority, to your instinct, your freedom, your soul, your heart, so that when you show up, you have nothing to do. You're brilliant just because you are you. It's not something to learn, it's something you are, and that you can reset, reclaim, get back in shape. So that's the work we do. If you're interested in doing that work and getting you back in shape, you can type free 100. I also want to say that very soon, pay attention, we are going to start letting you know about a live challenge with myself online, but live for 5 days, where we're going to let you taste the reset for 5 days. And we are soon going to share the links. You'll be able to participate at your own rate of your choice, so that you can come in with whichever resources you have available, and we'll take it from there. But if you're interested right now and you want to know more, type free 100, and we'll be happy to send you a link, to send you some information to see if this is the right moment for you to undo all the learning, undo the external authorities, and rediscover yourself, your truth, your authenticity, your potential, your gift, your brilliance, so that you can enjoy it, so your character can enjoy it, and so the audience can enjoy it, so we can all enjoy you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for believing in yourself. Thank you for not quitting. And we definitely need more and more humans who remind us what it's like to be human, away from AI, away from all the systems, just to have a true, authentic human experience. All right. Thank you, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.